She's got this beautiful dress on, makeup done, hair did.
Nails done, everything did. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
Brandan and Mary get married, despite their doubts.
I promise you that you will never have to worry about me abandoning you. I love you more than anything.
And it was a nice ceremony, until it started raining beetles.
I'm looking over and there's like this fog rolling in.
Oh my gosh.
And I realized that's not a fog, that's a lot of bugs.
Y'all, I have never seen anything like this in my life. What does it mean? Is it a bad omen? Is it a good omen? This looks bad.
There's hundreds of bugs everywhere. Over here. Jeez.
Plus, Danielle kicks the 90-day crew out of her house after Yohan leaves her and tries to take their dog with him.
I want everyone out of my house now! I want everyone out of my house now! I want everyone out of my house now! All of you, get out! Get out!
Whew, let's get into it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. For those who celebrate, you know, it is Thanksgiving week. I wish you the best time with your loved ones. If you're hanging out solo or working, make sure you at least enjoy some good food, okay? Before we get into Mary and Brandan saying I do, let's talk about Yohan saying
I don't wanna do this anymore.
Finally.
My husband wants to leave me at the happiest time of the year.
yeah. Let's rewind and get into how this latest argument started last episode.
We started a toy drive online where people from the US were able to buy gifts from a wish list and we would pay for the shipping costs.
While wrapping gifts for the kids in the neighborhood, Danielle asked Yohan for the money he's supposed to contribute to the house each month. Why she chose to ask him while they're trying to spread Christmas joy? Your guess is as good as mine. It was an argument waiting to happen.
Dinero por alquilar por enero.
Pero yo no tengo dinero.
Tú dices, cada mes tú puedes pagar 75,000 pesos para medir las cosas en la casa.
Okay, so we're all clear. 75,000 Dominican pesos is about 1,319 US dollars and 26 cents to be exact. I Googled it. That's a lot of money for a man who barely has a job. Last time we checked, he was collecting debt from people. In this moment, it's like she's asking him for something she knows he doesn't have. And what's unfortunate is that it doesn't even seem like Yohan is out here trying to get it. Yes, I understand that opportunities in his environment are limited. It's hard out there, but he's not even trying to make it work with Danielle. He's making it more clear every week that he just wants to be taken care of.
Esta relación empezó, yo solo estoy pagando deuda, pagando casa, pagando renta de carro.
Welcome to adulthood, Yohan. You have to pay for stuff. And in many cases, stuff you don't want to pay for. Yes, it's a blessing to be able to afford things. But if we could have those same things and not have to pay for them, I think most of us would choose the latter.
Adulting ain't easy.
You can say that again.
Yo calculé todo el dinero que yo he conseguido en la historia de la relación. Que yo le he gastado todo en la casa y yo no tengo nada de ese dinero, ni un pantaloncillo, ni nada. Y me cansé. Entonces, no te doy un peso más para renta.
He looks tired, and Danielle should be drained too. She's been trying to force Yohan into becoming a man that he's just not. And I understand, it's easy to fall in love with potential, but the reality is, he doesn't meet her standards. He doesn't even want to meet her standards.
Y hay que llevarle los regalos a los niños. Me voy de aquí, me voy a mudar.
Fast forward to this week's episode, Danielle and Yohan put the drama aside for a moment to go deliver the gifts to the kids in the neighborhood.
My first Christmas living in Dominican Republic has turned out to be the worst Christmas of my life.
Here we go. Here, that's for you, baby.
I'm trying to hold it together for the kids, but this is really, really hard to do.
You know, Danielle's costume made me realize how much we don't appreciate the elves. More than likely, she did all the hard work putting this toy drive together. Yet the kids are like, Santa! If it wasn't for the elf, the toy wouldn't exist. These two get back in the car, and after being on a little high from seeing the kids so happy,
Los niños están contentos.
Ellos están mucho feliz.
they start to talk about their relationship, and these two turn into the grumpiest Santa and elf I've ever seen.
Ok, yo me voy para donde mi mamá hoy.
Yohan tells Daniele that he wants to take off his Santa costume before he goes to his mom's. So they return to the apartment, Yohan changes, and he starts to pack his clothes. Oof, that's when it gets real petty.
No. Tú solo tienes la ropa tú tienes antes de yo comprar toda tu ropa.
What are you gonna do with his clothes, Daniele? Just let him take them.
Porque tú dices yo no hace nada para ti. So tú solo toma tu ropa que tú tienes antes. Todo de eso.
Toda mi ropa yo me la
Todo
voy.
de eso yo compro.
Why is she buying him so many clothes? That money could have been going to the rent, or it could have been for things in the house. Yohan's closet is looking pretty full for him not to have any money. Once again, it's giving spoiled teenage son.
Toda mi ropa yo me la
Todo
voy.
de eso yo compro.
Toda mi ropa me voy a llevar.
No, Yohan. Todo de eso yo compro. So tú
Toda mi ropa me voy a llevar.
Yohan.
Daniele lets the clothes go, but then she tells him not to take the hangers.
Toma la ropa, pero yo necesito eso.
Yo considero que Daniela está siendo muy egoísta, muy tacaña.
He wants to call somebody else selfish and cheap, but it's looking like he married Daniele just to use her, and he's admitted to not wanting to pay any bills. Okay. Aside from that, I will say it's clear that Daniele doesn't want him to leave. First it's the clothes, then it's the hangers, and now it's the...
Don't dare take all those Yankee hats. Yohan? No. No. Those are mine. No. You're not leaving with them. No, enough.
Por favor.
Enough.
Por favor.
Girl, just let him go.
Yo me voy a llevar el perro, fui yo que lo
Eso es
compré.
mío. No,
Yo me
yo-
voy a llevar aquí como yo lo
No,
compré.
give me.
El perro yo me voy
You're
a
not
llevar.
going anywhere
Guarda en mi
with my
cuarto,
dog
yo
or my hat. You're not going anywhere.
voy a llevar el perro.
You're not going anywhere with my dog. No. You're not going anywhere with my dog, Yohan.
¿Cuál?
Poor dog. He's caught in the middle of his parents' drama and toxicity, just like a child would be. I wonder would something like this affect him? Y'all know dogs can become emotionally traumatized too.
Yohan.
Perro fui yo que te lo compré.
Yohan, no.
Give me the dog! Give me the dog! You're not human! I want everyone out of my house now! I want everyone out of my house now! I want everyone out of my house now! All of you, get out! Get out!
All she had to say was, I don't want you to leave. But it became about the clothes, then the hangers, then the hats. I can understand the dog now. That was sad. Luckily, he didn't take Gizmo because she's going to need that unconditional love tonight. And next week, it finally looks like she's officially tired of this relationship.
I've learned some things over the course of the last week, and I don't want anything to do with Yohan.
I have been wearing rose-colored glasses this entire time. I think that the Yohan that I was seeing and was believing was there was never actually in front of me.
What did he do now? I can't wait to find out. All right, let's get into Brandan and Mary. At the beginning of the episode, it's the morning of their wedding day. Mary seems to be in a good mood. Even though last night, she was questioning if she even wanted to marry Brandan, following an argument they had because he's been so focused on his video games.
After our fight, there's definitely some awkwardness, some tension between me and Mary. You got everything? Need help with anything?
I'm just gonna call Lola.
Last night, when Mary and my mom got back from church, it was very tense, and we just went straight to bed.
Mary leaves the house with her grandmother to go get ready for the ceremony, and she admits, as she's heading to her wedding, that she still has doubts.
Even though Brandan's mom really helps me to understand how much I loved him, I feel like I'm not ready to marry him because he still didn't reassure me that I can trust him to be man enough to be a father and my future husband. Subo-subo, ko ra akong kasal.
Knowing what we know now about them Beatles, those words take on a new meaning. But in this moment, Mary tells her grandmother her wedding is going to be sad because her grandfather won't be in attendance. He's working. At least, that's what was said. Back at the house, Brandan and his mom are getting dressed, and she cuts straight to the chase with him.
You're getting married, and it is for life. You're gonna be a father. This is it. You know, man up.
While she tells him to man up, she also tells him she believes he can do it, which seems to be exactly what Brandan needs to hear.
I know you have the ability to do this. I have seen you do things for her, with her, because of her, at the age of 23, than any of the men I ever dated all the way up into their 40s. It's just gonna take some effort on your part.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Sometimes you just need to hear someone say, I believe in you, and mean it. Especially a parent. That can do wonders for your confidence. Fast forward to the wedding. Oh yeah, by the way, the mayor is marrying them, which took Brandan by surprise.
Honestly, I don't know who I was expecting, but definitely not the mayor.
Well, maybe if you got off those video games, Brandan. I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I'm not.
I know that our love is real, so I'm gonna marry him.
The ceremony starts and Mary looks beautiful as she walks down the aisle.
She's got this beautiful dress on, makeup done, hair did. I'm just like, wow, like this is such a beautiful woman right here. Am I really getting married to her?
Yes, you are. For better or for worse. They exchange vows as Mary tears up and Brandan looks onto her with so much pride.
And I promise you that you will never have to worry about me abandoning you. I see my future with you. I love you more than anything.
I just want you to know that I love you so much. And I know that we're fighting a lot.
Whoever this lady is right here, she is so happy for them. She has such a sweet smile.
I love you so much. And I know that we're fighting a lot, but I want to spend my life, my whole life with you forever.
Mary, do you take Brandan to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Brandan, do you take Mary to be your lawful wedding wife?
I do.
After the ceremony, Mary says something to Brandan that is a bit concerning, but we are going to keep it moving because it is their special day.
I feel so happy because here in the Philippines, there's no divorce and he doesn't have a way to leave me.
I would never leave you for anything in this world.
It sounds cute now, but just because you can't get a divorce doesn't mean he won't leave. And it definitely doesn't mean you won't be miserable. But I'm hoping, to Brandan's mom's point, they work on their issues individually, like Mary and her fear of abandonment, so they can become a healthier couple.
Am I doing it right?
Everything was just absolutely stunning. I came here with a chip on my shoulder towards Mary, and in the course of being here, my perception has changed. And the willingness that she has to making this marriage with my son a success means more to me than anything in the world.
His mom, she's a real one. I like her. Okay, the reception begins and you start to hear Brandan, Mary, and his mom complain about the bugs.
There's so many bugs.
Bugs are trying to get on you.
These bugs are insane. They're everywhere.
But it's an outdoor wedding. There's food, there are lights. Of course you can expect bugs. But what comes next It's like something out of a movie.
I'm looking over and there's like this fog rolling in.
Oh my gosh.
And I realized that's not a fog, that's a lot of bugs.
Ooh, if I was at that wedding, I would have embarrassed myself.
Everyone's freaking out over the bugs.
Miss Lady isn't smiling anymore.
What are these things?
There's hundreds of bugs everywhere.
Okay.
Holy, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. This is insane. Oh my God. You okay, Bobby? Over here.
Ooh, nope, couldn't be me. I would have been running until there was no bug in sight. Does anybody know what this is? Is this typical in the Philippines? There's always somebody who knows random stuff like this in the comments. Speak up. My initial thought was, are the ancestors trying to say something? Because it doesn't look like they're happy. But then I Googled, what does a scarab beetle symbolize? Yes, I am that person who will look deep into things. And according to Google, in Egypt, the scarab beetles were important symbols of rebirth and renewal, as well as good luck and fortune. So it might look like a bad omen, but in actuality, it might be a good one. Or it could be nothing and the bugs were just hungry and they flew toward the light. Time will tell. Speaking of time, next week, Brandon's mom has a panic attack because the beetles wouldn't go away. They said, this is our party now.
We got swarmed by millions of bugs.
My mom's having like a panic attack.
This is getting worse and worse and worse.
Look at me.
Oh, they're all over you.
Holy.
That is crazy. Whew. All right, 90 Day Fans fam. Thanks for hanging with me. Next week, there will not be a recap because of Thanksgiving, but I'll be back the following week with all you need to know. All right, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.